Okay, so late, 9:20, and I did not forget about you. My family just would not settle down this morning. My husband just left for work. And I was like, you need to get out of here because I don't know about you, but doing a live video with people watching you is totally awkward. And so I'm like, how am I supposed to do this with all these people hanging around and Facebook or not FaceTiming a cousin this morning at the kitchen table? And anyway, so I am sorry that it's a little later than normal, but I did not forget. And I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. This is just kind of a crazy morning. But yeah, so Thursday. Happy Thursday. Yes, the week is like almost over. I can't believe it. It's gone by so fast. Yesterday, quarantine. What did everybody think of quarantine? That was possibly written just for us. That episode, written in probably 1979, 1980, was written for our time right now. And it was so interesting. If you didn't have a chance to watch it, I'd go back and watch it because it was almost laughable how exactly it was what we're going through. And I just love that Laura thought it would be okay to knock on somebody's door and leave the pail of raspberries, even though she wasn't supposed to go within a mile of anybody. So I thought it was interesting how, how children sometimes think, oh, that'll be fine. I won't be talking to them, but I will be touching their door and whatever. So very, very interesting. I hope that you enjoyed the devotional giving space. And if anyone had just, I think we all have different ways of viewing this situation. I've talked to many people who think it's a complete joke and that we're totally over exaggerating the issue and that lots of people from the flu every year and that this is no different. And then there are others who are very concerned about their own health, very concerned about the health of their parents or grandparents, or they know somebody who has coronavirus right now. So I am just trusting that God knows what he's doing and that he is just in charge of this. Like, I don't know what to think. I am trying to just love people well and respect the guidelines that have been put around us. Yeah. So yesterday, I had a chiropractor appointment, and I go to the chiropractor every month because I just have neck and head issues. And, last month when I went, I was doing so good. My chiropractor was like, wow, you're doing really good. I don't know if you really need to come in a month. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to come anyway because, you never know what's going to happen. And I also was supposed to be speaking this Saturday, and sometimes it just can get me really stressed out, and so I could get a little hurting in my neck and stuff. And so I just kept the appointment. And yesterday morning, I didn't let this on during my live, but I woke up with a little bit of a headache, and then I was so happy that I was going to the chiropractor. And I got there, and he was like, oh my goodness, you are so out. All of your atlas is out. You've got all kinds of problems going on. And so he worked on me, and my head got better. But a lot of times after you go to the chiropractor, that day I just have a headache because he's just jumbled everything up in there. And so I came home. We played volleyball out on the grass as a family because how can me, the volleyball player, say, no, I don't want to play? And we had dinner, and then I basically just went to bed with ice pack. And so that was my night yesterday. And it just made me think that this quarantine, this thing that we're doing, it's really stressful. It's really stressful to, in all different kinds of ways. And even when I don't think I'm stressed about it at all, obviously it's showing up in ways that I don't even realize. And those little pain points, your like pain points that you have, that is where it's going to hit. So for me, that's just my head. Like I just get a headache and I just get overwhelmed, not consciously overwhelmed, but I think that my body gets subconsciously overwhelmed, and just got to give myself a break and go to bed, you know? Yeah, so that was me. And I don't know what like this is doing to you, like how this is affecting you, even just on a physical level of how you feel or how you're interacting in your house, or just the worries or the stresses that you have. And I would just say, hang in there, take a deep breath, say a prayer if you pray, and just pray for peace. And that is probably what we need more than anything else right now, is just peace in our hearts, to just trust there's a plan, trust that God is working this all out. So I thought maybe I would do another little show and tell, because a lot of people liked my show and tell yesterday. And I was digging through some photos and I found pictures. These are so great. I found pictures from the first time that we met the cast after the show was over. And most of these people saw each other a ton. They would get together, but we kind of like fell off the Hollywood radar and nobody knew where we were. And it wasn't until 2004, so 25 years after the show ended, that we met the Little House cast again. Exception of going and visiting Michael Landon on the set of Highway to Heaven one time. So this was an event. They called it a Little House cast reunion, but it was just a private event, and it was at the Hollywood racetrack, and I'd never been to a racetrack before. And the funny thing is that I am about 7 months pregnant, and I'm like, really? Do I have to meet these people when I am like huge, you know? But, you know, that's what happens sometimes. And so we went to the Hollywood racetrack and we met everyone again. And it was such a thrill. And I have these great pictures you're going to love. The first one is of me and Brenda and Melissa. If you can see right there, I'm in the yellow. You can't quite see my stomach in this picture, but don't worry, there's one that you can. And there's Brenda, and Melissa Gilbert is right in the middle. And this was the first time seeing our big sister after 25 years. So there's the first picture. The second picture is with Rachel and Robin, Lindsay and Sydney Greenbush. There's the Doublemint twins there. So there we are. You can totally see my belly there, totally sticking out in front of Brenda. So there we are. The next picture, I didn't have one of me and Karen looking at the camera, but we are looking at pictures right here. And there's Karen Grassley, who played Carolyn Ingalls, and me looking at pictures together. And there's that. Oh, this next one is with Charlotte Stewart. There we are. Love that lady. Oh, so there's Charlotte Stewart. So fun. And then this last one you guys are going to love, because this is Allison with long hair. And so you guys are going to love this. There's Allison with long hair. I can't even imagine her with long hair, and she did have long hair. Anyway, so that was really fun. Yeah, there we go. And then there's this last one, and it just really shows my belly, and so I thought I would show it. You can actually even see my belly button if you look really close. And there's Allison like looking at my stomach, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see the little indent of my belly button sticking out. So funny. And there's Allison and Bob. Love them. So there is my show and tell for today. The very first time that we met after the show was over. And I'll never forget that day, because that day was the beginning of like joining the family again. And after that lunch, we started going on trips with the cast, and it has literally just changed my life. And so that was just really amazing. So yeah, and I guess what's next is we got to talk about today. So today is Thursday. We're moving on to season 4. And I'm looking through the little book. And season 4, I don't even know if I really need to look through the book, because I don't know if you're aware of what happens in season 4, but a very special little girl is born in season 4. I think we might have to do that episode. So, baby Grace is born in season 4. It is the second to last episode. It's called A Most Precious Gift. And one little tidbit about this, before anybody watches it and says, oh yeah, that totally looks like you. This is not me or my sister in this episode, because they had not found us yet. So a little boy, I can't remember what his name is, a little boy played the part of baby Grace for these 2 episodes before season 5 started. And it is not us. And the season ended, and they had about 4 months to find baby Grace before they started shooting season 5. So our first episode is episode 1 of season 5. But baby Grace, kind of, is born in A Most Precious Gift, and it has a lesson in it, I'm sure. So we're gonna find out what that is today and how that applies to us. So I hope that you enjoy this this episode today, A Most Precious Gift, and maybe we can learn something about how Carolyn deals with what's happening in this episode. So I hope that you guys have a really great day, and that you are taking a deep breath whenever you feel stressed today, and just relying on the Lord who is with us. I have a verse for you today. It's Romans 15:13, and it says, "May the God of hope fill all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow." So I just pray for that for you today, that you would have joy and peace as you trust. So trust in him, and that joy and peace will come. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see what happens. All right, and we will see you tomorrow at 9. I'm going to figure out how the watch party thing works. I'm not even quite sure. So that's my homework for today, after I write this Devo. And I will work on it. So I'll let you know, and see you at 9 tomorrow morning. And I hope you have a great day, and see ya.